This woman, who had been unable to conceive for 6 years after marriage, suddenly found herself miraculously pregnant. But at the same time she discovered that her husband was having an affair, and the other woman happened to be someone she deeply respected. Overwhelmed with anger, she got up in the middle of the night, with the urge to strangle her husband in front of her. She never thought that this man had deceived her for so many years, but in the end Mei-jin still held back out of the bond of marriage. She wandered aimlessly along the roadside, lost in thought, thinking of how she had treated Ji-ying as her best friend, yet Ji-ying had played her for a fool all along. Even her husband had never spoken a word of truth to her. The truth left Mei-jin in unbearable pain. The next day she carefully restored the torn photograph, because she wanted to reveal everything to Madame Mei and get revenge on Junfeng and Ji-ying. Aunt Mei received Mei-jin's call and came to the cafe as arranged. But just as Mei-jin reached the cafe, something unexpected happened. The pain in her belly made it impossible for her to walk, so she skipped the meeting and rushed to the hospital for an examination, where she was told she was indeed pregnant. The last test had only shown possible pregnancy, but this time it was confirmed she was truly expecting. Hearing this news, Mei-jin's emotions were mixed and heavy. The child she had hoped for over 6 years had come at this moment. She couldn't tell whether to feel joy or sorrow. After struggling in her heart, she finally decided to forgive her husband for now. Since she had missed the meeting with Madame Mei, she needed to explain herself. Mei-jin changed the subject in front of the elder woman, pretending she had invited her only to ask for permission for her mother-in-law to attend her father-in-law's memorial. After returning home, she quickly called her father, hoping he wouldn't do anything rash against her husband, explaining that her outburst yesterday was only out of anger, and that they had merely argued. Because of the baby, Mei-jin wanted to rebuild her marriage, and put aside the issues with her sister-in-law for now. So while preparing for the father-in-law's memorial ceremony, both women were busy working together, as if nothing unpleasant had ever happened between them. However, that very day Junfeng suddenly received a mysterious call. When he rushed to the hospital, the caller was already dying. The man was an old friend of Junfeng's late father. He had called Junfeng to tell him the truth about his father's death, that his father had actually been killed by his first wife, Madame Mei. The incident had been covered up so perfectly that even the police found nothing. The man hoped Junfeng would use Chairman Han's influence to take revenge on her. Only with his father-in-law's support could he avenge his father. This shocking revelation left Junfeng utterly lost and terrified. He had always suspected something strange about his father's death, but he never imagined it was Madame Mei behind it. Not wanting to alert her, Junfeng decided to remain silent for now. So during the memorial he said nothing to expose her. But for the first time he stood up for his mother in front of her. In past years his mother could only hide away during the ceremony, but this time he brought her out openly to join the family in prayer, saying she had cared for his father for 30 years and deserved that place. Though Madame Mei was furious, she didn't stop him completely. After that, Junfeng's attitude toward his wife completely changed. He needed his father-in-law's help, so he began treating Mei-jin better. Now winning his wife's heart became his main goal. After all, his affection for her had always been fake before. To speed up their bond, Junfeng suggested for the first time that they take a trip together. His sudden change surprised Mei-jin, but she still chose to go along with it. So the next day she invited Ji-ying over to their home on purpose to show their affection, and even revealed to her that she was expecting a baby.